Things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for the Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw.
He did say in the post-fight press conference, I had someone that I was going to call out. And then someone asked him, Shakur, and he said, no, someone who came into my locker room. But all the sleuths don't know who came into his locker room.
Some people do.
There's only one name that people are bringing up.
Don't you dare.
There's only one. I'm not the one.
Time for this.
There's only one name that people are bringing up.
I don't have time.
And you know who it is.
I do know who it is. I'm not having Jake Paul.
El Gallo. El Gallo de Dorado. El Gallo. Is this?
You know what I will say.
Yeah.
If I'm Jake Paul, and
Jake Paul cruiserweight.
Yeah, against
a
Gervonta 150.
40. Okay, yeah.
150
right.
eating a bit.
Yeah.
If I'm Jake Paul, and the Jake Paul Canelo fight was taken from me like that, the only way to go bigger is Gervonta Jake.
Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. went head-to-head at a fiery press conference in Vegas, trading words about legacy, knockout power, and redemption. But the real shock came when Gervonta Tank Davis suddenly crashed the event, stealing the spotlight from Chavez Jr. and reminding everyone who the real star of the moment was, turning Jake's press conference into the start of an even bigger story.
If you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
First up, Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is on the table. And no matter how you feel about Jake, this fight marks a big jump in competition compared to his previous opponents.
Daddy does all the talking. I didn't know it was bring your dad to work day. You're nothing without your dad. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth.
You like old man, that's why I brought him, because maybe you like my dad.
Chavez Jr. might be past his prime, but he's still a former world champion who's shared the ring with real contenders, making this no simple exhibition. It's a serious challenge, yet surprisingly, Jake Paul is heading in as the favorite.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
I think it's one of his toughest fights.
It's definitely his toughest fight. Jake, I feel like, has gotten stiffed a few times this year with who his opponents were gonna be. This is what I don't understand about people hating on him. He's not fighting tomato cans. Every single person that he fought had a chance to beat him. And by the way, people believed that they were probably going to beat
every time.
This guy is a real boxer. So it'll be another opportunity to show that Jake Paul is a real boxer.
It makes sense though. Jake Paul is younger, more driven, and fresh off a huge win over 58-year-old Mike Tyson, a fight that not only broke pay-per-view records but also showed Jake can hold his own against legends, even if they're past their prime.
Boxers. It's only been 3.5 years. You can only make a certain amount of fights happen. And the plan was always to fight Nate Diaz after Tommy Fury, win, lose, or draw. People think there's like this ducking of professional boxers. The next fight could potentially be a professional boxer. I'm just getting started. I'm 26 years old, and there's only so much I can do.
Chavez Jr. comes in with plenty to prove, as many critics label him lazy, inconsistent, and past his best.
So it would be Jake Paul. I don't think there would be a surprise element. You know what I mean? Like, you still need to have a balancing act here where you're playing. I think Anderson is too good. Like, I don't think there would be a surprise element to that promotion. I think Chavez Jr. is a better name for who Anderson just beat in boxing, who is tough though. He's lazy as hell. He's probably overrated as hell. If he wasn't Chavez Sr.'s his son, he probably would go nowhere near a world title in his life. So boxing can be manipulated in that way. But you know, he gives you a little bit more to work with, because again, the element of surprise. If is he gonna show up in shape? You're worried about guys not making weight? That guy will show up not making weight. You know what I mean?
For Jake, this matchup is really about building momentum toward his next massive payday. And that's exactly where Gervonta Davis enters the picture.
$70 million from this fight? I made a lot of money. The most money I've made ever. 60 million households, Jake.
250 million people.
Bro, that is so...
It's all downhill from here.
No, for sure.
Because once Jake handles Chavez Jr., and let's be real, odds are he will, the next man standing in line is none other than Gervonta Tank Davis.
Jake, what do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him?
You think it'll ever come to the point where you're going to mix into, I mean, you're obviously doing the real shit, but will it ever mix into the point where the money's big enough
Yeah,
for
would you
to
ever do a
take-
fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now.
Now let's get into the showdown set for November. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
So he's going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business.
It's a matchup between one of boxing's most feared punchers and a social media star who's grown into a full-blown cruiserweight brawler. On paper it sounds crazy. A lightweight moving up to challenge someone who walks around like a heavyweight.
Yeah. 195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You could knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you were saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced, okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195.
But this is 2025, and boxing is as much about entertainment as it is about sport. Still, when it comes to pure skill, Tank Davis is on another level. Pound for pound he has it all: power, speed, experience, and ring IQ, making him the complete fighter.
For skill, none of these guys can mess with me. Like, nobody. Like, I feel like my skills is way better than like Floyd. Like, if I'm on my game. Well, I take that back. Probably hand in hand. But skill-wise, nobody on TV that's fighting right now have more skills than me. Nobody. Like, talking about top to bottom list of fighters that's fighting.
The one factor that can't be overlooked is size. Jake Paul isn't just bigger than Tank, he's absolutely massive in comparison.
What weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. But, and so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, like, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that like we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Jake walks around at over 190 pounds and carries real knockout power. Just ask Tyron Woodley. He can throw heavy shots, and all it takes is one mistake, one clean opening, for Tank to hit the canvas.
Super skilled. Even though he's smaller than Jake. It's like you with Mayweather. When you beat Mayweather, you were way bigger than Mayweather. That's why you won. First person to beat him in history, and he still didn't pay me. Allegedly, in my opinion. Fuck off.
Tank has never shared the ring with anyone close to Jake's size, and this is no sparring session or exhibition. If Jake connects clean, it could be lights out for Tank in a heartbeat.
Tank was looking past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out pause with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's a cap. Fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So
why would Tank agree to this fight? Simple: money. It's not about titles or legacy. It's a straight-up cash grab. He watched Floyd cash in against Logan Paul, and now he's following the same playbook. Fight a YouTuber, collect millions, and forget about the rankings.
Crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100.
Here's where things get complicated. Tank is already locked into a much more serious commitment, a rematch with Lamont Roach.
You know, since the word has been floating around, the rematch is happening for sure. Just keep an eye out for August. There's a date floating around that might very well be that date. I can assure you guys that it's coming this summer for sure.
My man, you just made my day saying that, man. And I'm telling you, I beg to differ with regard to what took place. So let me just say, you're the champ.
Thank you.
That matchup comes before the Jake fight, but from what we've seen, Tank seems far more focused on the payday with Jake than settling his unfinished business with Roach, and that could be a dangerous distraction.
Who were you gonna call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
Jake Paul?
Next question.
Man, god damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
In their first meeting, Tank didn't exactly look elite. The fight ended in a draw, but truthfully, Roach appeared to be the sharper fighter that night.
Oh, nice double left hook by Roach to the body and then to the head. Right there it is. Oof. And Davis just got backed up with a counter right from Roach.
That's a big moment in
Load with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leading with that.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his...
Nice combination from Roach. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. Nice comment. Got just over around 11 as well.
Maybe him getting fouled.
Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed.
He has to keep doing that. Roach said the familiarity, knows his weaknesses. It's one thing to say it.
The decision is a majority draw.
The 9th round controversy, where Tank dropped to a knee but the ref refused to call it a knockdown, had fans crying robbery.
Tank did that, so I know the got in his eye, but they should have countered it. They would have countered it, would have went to Lamont Roach. What I didn't like about Tank, he was gassing up Lamont Roach way too much, and he was already talking about like retiring.
He seemed a little distracted in the fight.
That wasn't the same Gervonta Davis we're really used to seeing.
It just lets you know how corrupt like these governing bodies are, bro. If that dude took a knee, not only did he take a knee, he's like, hold on real quick. Let me get this out of my eye. How is that not a point? Like,
you know, funny thing, bro, that's why I cut my braids off. I had braids, and I had the same thing. I went through the same shit. When I fought Andre, that shit was burning my eyes, so I cut that.
Fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters argued that Lamont Roach deserved the win, with Tank barely slipping away. Yet instead of locking in on redemption and proving that draw was a fluke, Tank is chasing million-dollar headlines with Jake Paul, already thinking about bright lights, paydays, and Netflix specials, while the real danger is the man who nearly beat him, a mindset that could cost him dearly. And even Shakur Stevenson, known as one of the sport's most disciplined fighters, has openly dismissed the Jake Paul fight with zero respect.
What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank, disrespectful to the sport if he chooses that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that. He called cap on it. So if you won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Let's be honest. The real fight the boxing world wants is Tank versus Shakur, a true mega matchup with skills, titles, and legacy on the line. But instead, Tank seems more interested in chasing a payday against the YouTuber.
What would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis.
Slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Because you had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would.
And Shakur knows it. That's why he's calling Tank out for chasing money instead of greatness. What Tank doesn't seem to realize is that fighting Jake isn't just a physical risk, it's a brand risk too. Because if Jake Paul lands that one big shot and knocks him out on camera, Tank's legacy could be finished.
Tank Davis, Lamont Roach. I think we need to start with that one.
Yeah.
What transpired in that fight was astounding, because you have to remember Tank Davis was a 16-1 favorite going into this fight. Lamont Roach, while a WBA champion, was moving up from 130 pounds, and no one thought he had a chance. And the general demeanor of Tank Davis going into this fight was like, hey man, I'm kind of done with this. I got 3 fights left. I'm going to be done by the end of 2025. I don't really like this sport anymore. Kids, don't do this. Go into soccer.
All the hype, mystique, and next Mayweather talk would disappear overnight, with the internet never letting Tank forget it. And the irony is that it would give Floyd Mayweather the last laugh, since despite their messy breakup, it was Floyd who once mentored Tank, built his name, and made him the face of Mayweather Promotions.
Going to go somewhere in the pound for pound. Anui deserved to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
But over time, their egos clashed. Tank pushed for independence while Floyd demanded control, and eventually their relationship completely fell apart.
Set you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. It's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love and hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the deal.
He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
It's exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come.
That's what made the press conference so explosive. When Tank showed up at the Jake Paul vs. Chavez Jr. event, it wasn't just for show, it was a statement. A warning that while Jake might be grabbing headlines, he's still the real main event, and Chavez Jr. He got completely overshadowed.
What do you think of Jake Paul wanting to fight against Tank Davis, Gervonta?
Man, it's so stupid that comments, you know, like, you wanna fight Joshua, you wanna fight, Joshua, you wanna fight, Gervonta, you wanna fight, Usyk, you wanna fight,
Canelo.
I don't know, after 28, so maybe never fight again.
Tank shouldn't even be focused on Jake yet, because if he doesn't handle Roach, that Jake Paul payday vanishes. Nobody's paying to watch a damaged Tank fight a YouTuber. The fight only works if he's still seen as the unstoppable, undefeated force. And right now, that aura is slipping away.
You know, Gervonta and Jake Paul are gonna fight too.
Are they?
Oh yeah, Jake's gonna kill him.
What? When is this?
Probably the end of the year.
I want to go to one. We gotta go to a fight together, guys.
You gotta come to my Brand Race, Tennessee.
We're going to the one in
The next few months are make or break for Gervonta Davis. He needs to dominate Lamont Roach to protect his reputation. But by chasing Jake Paul too soon, he's walking a dangerous line. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss what's next, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.